This has always been home for me. I've lived in Melbourne since 1998, but there's only one place really that when I drive through the gates I feel like this is where I belong, and this is where Mum and Dad brought us up, and we grew up here looking after the farm, and the farm's been important. We speak about Australia riding on the sheep's back, and that's what our family's been lucky to do, and sheep and wool is a really important part of our family.
Well, I remember you saying to me not long ago, how do you, for all your life, walk out the back door in the morning looking at the sky, wondering whether it's going to produce something worthwhile or not? How close is the nearest drought? I guess you have to have an enthusiasm for what you're growing to warrant putting up with the vagaries of the seasons and that we have in this country. But then you see something like that and you think, well.
The most exciting part of shearing, you'd come around here and all the shearers' utes would be here, the classes' utes would be here, and there'd always used to be that activity. It's almost like sort of grand final week that I live now, when everything is exciting. Only the small things you remember. We got shaped a lot by guys like Mike Kimber and Peter Roberts and Sammy Swift. Remember Sammy used to pick us up and he'd turn the car off at the top of the hill and roll all the way down the driveway just to save a bit of petrol. He always had the minty in his overalls for us after school, Gil and I. It's funny how you remember little things, and then we'd just drift out into the garden with him for the afternoon.
Yeah, he was amazing. Those memories stick with you, and you think, those people with completely different thought processes you might think, but they're the essence of what you become because they're all part of who you are.
I reckon farms help develop character.
Well, I'm sure it does, because you're running free. You're not restricted by anything other than when the sun goes down. You become resourceful with your own time. And you all were resourceful that way, even when you spent an hour or two with your head in a cattle crush when Gillen got annoyed with you.
Do you reckon you'd be allowed to put your brother's head in a cattle crush in 2016 like he did 15 years ago and leave
I'm not surprised.
the brother there for 8 hours?
Well, given that it was marginally exaggerated at 8 hours, the squealing after 8 minutes was enough to have somebody come and get rid of you.
Sometimes Gil and I'd just ride off, and that was when we were at primary school. Just ride up over the hill, 7 gates, over Swan Reach Road, down the dirt road, into the elders' paddock, unsaddle, saddles on the hurdles in the sport shed, and then just walk to school. Different era, great era.
It was, and when Gil got a pony that could jump the rail beside the gate and you had to open the gate, more squealing.
Yeah, he was on time, I was late. Thanks for bringing me up here.
Okay.
It's been a good part of my life and always will be.
Been a pretty good part of mine, I can tell you.